Alright, morning to you. Welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi, y'all. So it's about 3 o'clock. It's 3 a.m. Tuesday morning. This is a, second round on this shave. It's about 36 degrees outside. Loving it. And took Miss Luna out for a walk. And I'm just, I got to work this morning, so I'm going to go ahead and shave. Then I'll lay back down for a little while and get up and get dressed, shower, whatever, go to work. It's early, but I popped up wide awake at about, 2:15. So some days it goes that way. So I made a pot of coffee and took the dog for a walk, and now we're going to shave and get ready to kind of get our day started. So yesterday morning I was going to do this shave, and Mr. Santos, I believe it was, had mentioned he was going to do a Mitchell's Monday. Kind of like the idea of a Mitchell's Monday. So I broke out the Mitchell's Wool Fat, which is a very nice soap, by the way. Boar brush, menthol Monday also, so the men and skin bracer. Had everything going, had a good shave going. Going to talk about parking lights. We'll get around to that. And I didn't notice my iPhone was about full, so it quit recording about a third of the way through the shave, and I really didn't have time to mess with it, so I just finished the shave up, took a shower, went to work. So we're going to redo that shave today. We're going to do the Mitchell's with the skin bracer, the 1305 smog brush, which is really nice. The difference I'm going to use is, since it's nice and cool outside today, I'm going to use my brush scuttle. And so we're going to go ahead and load some soap up on the brush. Mitchell's is one of those soaps, I don't know, some people have problems loading, and I haven't understood. And I think part of the issue is, what do you consider good lather? And a lot of people these days, as I've talked about before, seem to want cake batter. They want icing, cake icing. They want to ice a cake. Big, fluffy, meringue type. Why? But anyway, whatever. Load some soap on a brush, get you a layer of soap on the skin. It's nice and smooth, and away you go. Love the smell of Mitchell's in the morning. Anyway, Mitchell's is a nice soapy smell. I don't know how you describe it. I like it. So anyway, we've already got our warm water and our scuttle, our brush scuttle. And of course the scuttle is a two-piece thing. It's got a bottom chamber that holds the water, and then it's got a top chamber that sits in it, and the walls of the inner chamber warm up so that when you put your brush in, it keeps your lather warm. Very nice. Now I realize that there's places in the world at 36 degrees outside, they're still running around t-shirts and shorts. I ain't one of those people. Now, I don't freeze to death in cold weather. I definitely don't weather as good as I used to when I was young. When I was younger and was duck hunting all the time, there was no such thing as too cold. Really, I looked like a, Stay Puft Marshmallow guy. I'd have so many clothes on. My dad always wanted to be sure that didn't get cold. He wanted to, leave the hunt. So, and he didn't want us uncomfortable. But anyway, so we learned to layer, and I'd be out there, Stay Puft Marshmallow guy. But it never got too cold to duck hunt. I get a little colder now, but still, it's not as bad. So the razor, and the same one I used yesterday, is the Clark Silver King. And I love the design of this razor. It's got this flat piece here. And the handle, the blade goes in over that flat piece and under the side catches there. And then the handle screws up and it pushes the plate up against the bottom of the blade, and that's what holds the blade in. Now, one of the reasons I use this razor, there's now, I saw the other day over at the Shave Den, there is a 3D printed razor that is using that design. The handle comes up, it doesn't have the base plate, but the handle comes up, and as you screw the handle in, it pushes the blade up against the top, and that's what locks the blade into place. It's a nice, simple design. I always thought that if you were going to make a modern SC razor, single edge razor, that one of the good ways to do it would be to use that type of a system to hold the blade. It's genius. Now I understand that Clark didn't just have the Silver King, they had some that were aluminum or whatever, and so they had a few different names, but this is the Silver King. They did come out with a, I guess it was an improved model. And it's actually, instead of just having the one catch on each side, it had two on each side to hold the blade better. And this is a silver razor. If I shine it up, it actually looks really good, but I'm not much on shining razor. So anyway, like with any of these old vintage razors, put the blade in, tighten everything down, make sure everything's lined up. But that's what it looks like when the blade's in. And the handle just pushes that plate up against the blade and wedges everything in. And there you go. It's a really nice shaving razor too, by the way. And so that's going to be this morning's shave. So I was talking about parking lots. Let me touch on that subject just a minute. I rant a lot about traffic because I think it's idiotic the way people drive. It's especially idiotic the way young people drive. And we go and we give them license to go out and try to kill us all. So I'm driving my little hoopty last night coming home from work, and I get in the parking lot of a store because I needed to stop and pick something up to cook to eat. And as I'm leaving, I'm driving through, and a 1988 Toyota Corolla FX is kind of low. I mean, I'm looking head and shoulders over the top of the thing when I'm standing by it. So I'm driving across there, and all of a sudden, here comes this kid busting across the parking lot. Solid yellow lines. To me, my understanding is that the solid yellow lines in a parking lot mean the same thing they mean out on the road. I'm supposed to cross solid lines like that. They're coming bouncing across the parking lot. You see it all the time. And yeah. And luckily the hoopty had really good brakes. My dad always said it might not go, but darn it, it's going to stop. So he always had good brakes on stuff. So anyway, cutting across them parking lots. Let's not do that, folks. That's silly. Absolutely silly. So anyway, we got our nice warm Mitchell's lather here. Nice lather, it's so warm. Now, it's not particularly cold in the den. I did kick the heater up a little bit for the first time. I'm not going to run it much, but I'll kick it up a little bit on these cold mornings. Let the place warm up, and then I turn it off, and it's good for a while. And we'll add a little bit of water in here. Just dip the tip of the brushes in, you'll be good to go. So I was in the parking lot the other day in the pickup, driving across, and it's one of these that's got the angled aisle, so you actually have to come up and kind of turn around and come back down the way it goes. So I'm driving down through there, there's a guy in front of me making his turn, so I'm slowing down and letting him get turned into the aisle there, because I'm going on around the parking lot. I need to be over on the other side of the parking lot now. And this guy comes around. By the time I get to going, here comes this kid around on the right side of me, passing on the right. And it's actually striped off on the right for more parking spaces. There weren't any cars there. But anyway, he passed me on the right and flying around. And all he was doing was cutting across the parking lot so he could avoid the light at the corner. That's all he was doing. I waved a finger at him. I was really not in the mood to wave all 5 of them. I just waved one of them at him. Anyway, Clark's Silver King is a very, very, very nice shaving razor. It's a simple design. It's open comb. Everybody knows Fuzzy loves open comb. Well, speaking of open comb, I didn't get a chance to go look, but if you read the comments, you'll notice that someone was telling me after the Fuzz Tech shave the other day, Justin was telling me that he did already make a shade razor out of an old like I was talking about, and he posted over at Toast 3. I missed it somehow. I don't know. Or either I read it and I forgot about it. And that's possible too. Anyway, I'm going to go check that out. I didn't get to it yesterday. Yesterday was a rather busy day, or a frustrating day. Some days are just frustrating, and yesterday was a frustrating day. Today will be better. I got a lot done yesterday. I had a lot of paperwork all of a sudden to catch up on and do because the computer system decided to crash, and that's never any fun. But anyway, over the weekend the computer crashed. I come back on Monday morning, I got to catch up on a bunch of paperwork that couldn't be done over the weekend because of the computer. It wasn't that anybody was slacking off or anything. Not in the least. It was simply a computer issue. And our local computer guys were cussing the corporate computer guys because it was apparently something they did that had caused the issues. Of course, they have to come in and fix it, and then they're gonna have to make 2 or 3 trips back because they're still fixing stuff. Because as we go along, we run into stuff that we don't use all the time, but it's stuff that we need to use, and then it ain't working, or it's not back on the desktop because they had to restore stuff. And so it was a frustrating day. I kept, every time I really needed to do something, what I needed to do, it wasn't there. Happens that way sometimes, right? But anyway, everything is better this morning. Especially with a good shave like this. And this is a really, really, really nice shave. I haven't seen a lot of these razors for sale. I got this one just in blind luck. And what it is, if you get a chance, they're really nice. The 3D printed, try something, I don't know. I didn't name it. It's an open file. You can get the files over at the Shave Den. They have the links to everything, and you can look at the razor and see all that kind of good stuff. And I haven't printed. I've got a 3D printed razor, the Tensor, but so I paid someone who had it printed and then got it to me and everything. We did the group buy. So I haven't had a razor printed yet. But I don't know. Looking at that one, it looks really interesting, and since it's a similar design to the Clark, I may actually have one of those printed. And you know, it may not last very long, it may last forever, who knows. But it's a nice, simple design. Doesn't have moving parts and everything, so that's pretty neat. That kind of stuff is the kind of stuff I like. All right. Man, 2 good passes with the Mitchells. Nice warm lather. Normally we would do our touch-up pass with witch hazel, but I think we got some of that nice warm Mitchells left on the brush there. I think we'll just make it a 3rd pass with the Mitchells. Not really, you know, I don't know. The reason I use the witch hazel is because there's usually not that much left, and I just put some witch hazel on. It helps with the skin, and I can feel the stuff. But, you know, what the heck, using that brush scuttle, let's just put a nice, another light around, a nice warm lather on. And we'll just do a touch-up. Like we know what we're doing. There we go. Alrighty. Just like we know what we're doing. Now in front of that ear. These are the areas that normally I go back and touch up. Don't feel any kind of irritation this morning at all. Oh, well, what the heck? We got lather there. Let's go ahead and shave over it. Don't really think we need to. Nice light touch though, so we're not going to worry about giving ourselves an irritation or anything. And we'll just make it a 3rd pass. We can do that. I checked. It's legal. Not a problem. All right. Oh, that feels so nice around the goatee, all trimmed up. And we are ready for the day. Is the day ready for us? That's the question. All right. So I got my jacket out for work this morning. Had my windbreaker yesterday. It was in the 40s. Down in the 30s, it ain't so bad to keep a jacket around. And again, I understand there's places in the world. I went to Alaska one time, and my mom and I put some miles on a rental car up there. Dad was offshore fishing, and I flew up to play bingo with Mom. She wanted someone to play bingo with. I had some vacation time up. I was living in Arizona at the time, and I flew up to Anchorage, and we played some bingo, and we drove all over the place. And I was wearing, I don't remember what time of year it was. There was some snow here, there, and yonder, but it wasn't bad snow. It wasn't, you know, wasn't blizzards or anything while I was there. There was just some snow around. But I was running around in a, you know, a jacket and boots and stuff, and everybody else was running around in, you know, t-shirts and short pants and tennis shoes. they look at you like, you ain't from around here, are you? No, I wasn't from around there. I was from Mississippi. I'd been living in Arizona for a couple of years. I was a little chilly, as they say. All right, so that's our shave for today. We finally got it in. So that is our Mitchell's Monday on Tuesday shave. Mitchell's Menthol Monday. How you like it? With a Clark Silver King and some Menin Skin Bracer that I went ahead and put some on, even though I'm going to take a shower, because it just smells good. Decent cup of coffee early in the morning. And there we go with the Clark Silver King, which is just really, really, really a neat little razor. A neat design. And I'm going to clean this blade up and dry it off, and then be ready for the next shave. Nothing to dry in these blades. I'm going to show you one more time. Hold it by the spine. Keep holding it by the spine. There you go. All dried off. There's no need to dip it in oil or, incense or holy water or anything else. Wipe it off. Wash it off, wipe it off. Let it go. Nothing to it at all. Y'all have a great day. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, quit cutting across those parking lots. Quit taking 3 hours to back into parking spaces. Quit passing on the right and all that other crazy stuff. But, happy shaves to you.